Your Excellencies, visiting heads of state and government, Vice President, and other representatives of governments, Her Excellency Aisha Muhammadu Buhari, His Excellency Vice President Yemi Osunbanjo and spouse, the Senate President and spouse, Speaker of the House of Representatives, His Lord Chief Justice of the Federation, former presidents and heads of state, executive governors here present, members of the National Assembly, members of the Diplomatic Corps, top government functionaries, captains of industry, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am immensely grateful to God who has preserved us to witness this day and this occasion. Today marks a triumph for Nigeria and an occasion to celebrate her freedom and cherish her democracy. Nigerians have shown their commitment to democracy and are determined to entrench its culture. Our journey has not been easy, but thanks to the determination of our people and strong support from friends abroad, we have today a truly democratically elected government in place. I would like to thank President Goodluck Jonathan for his display of statesmanship in setting a precedent for us that has now made our people proud to be Nigerians wherever they are. With the support and cooperation he has given to the transition process, he has made it possible for us to show the world that despite the perceived tension in the land, we can be a united people capable of doing what is right for our nation. Together, we cooperated to surprise the world that had come to expect only the worst from Nigeria. I hope this act of graciously accepting defeat by the outgoing president will become the standard of political conduct in our country. I would like to thank the millions of supporters who believed in us even when the cause seemed hopeless. I salute their resolve in waiting long hours in rain and hot sunshine to register and cast their votes and stay all night, if necessary, to protect and ensure their votes count and were counted. I thank those who tirelessly carried the campaign on the social media. At the same time, I thank our other countrymen and women who did not vote for us, but contributed to make our democratic culture truly competitive, strong, and definitive. I thank you all. Having just a few minutes ago sworn by the Holy Book, I intend to keep my oath and serve as president to all Nigerians. I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody. A few people have privately voiced fears that on coming back to office, I shall go after them. These fears are groundless. There will be no paying off old scores. The first is prologue. Our neighbors in the sub-Saharan region and our African brethren should rest assured that Nigeria, under our administration, will be ready to play any leadership role that Africa expects of it. Here, I would like to thank the governments and people of Cameroon, Chad, and Niger for committing their armed forces to fight Boko Haram in Nigeria. I also wish to assure the wider international community of our readiness to cooperate and help to combat threats of cross-border terrorism, sea piracy, refugees and boat people, financial crime, cyber crime, climate change, the spread of communicable diseases, and other challenges of the 21st century. At home, we face enormous challenges: insecurity, pervasive corruption, the hitherto unending and seemingly enforceable fuel and power shortages are the immediate concerns. We are going to tackle them head on. Nigerians will not regret that they have entrusted national responsibility to us. We must not succumb to hopelessness and defeatism. We can fix our problems. In recent times, Nigerian leaders appear to have misread our mission. Our founding fathers, Mr. Herbert Macaulay, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Chief of Ofemi Awolowo, Alhaji Ahmad Bello, the Sardauna of Sokoto, Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, Malan Aminu Kano, Chief J.S. Tarka, Mr. Iyo Ita, Chief Dennis Osadibe, Chief Ladoke Akintola, and their colleagues work to establish certain standards of governance. They might have differed in their methods or tactics or details, but they were united in establishing a viable and progressive country. Some of their successors behaved like spoiled children, breaking everything and bringing disorder to the house. Furthermore, we as Nigerians must remind ourselves that we are heirs to great civilizations. Sheikh Osman Danfodio's Caliphate, the Kanem Borno Empire, the Oyo Empire, the Benin Empire, and King Jaja's formidable domain. The blood of those great ancestors flow in our veins. What is now required is to build on these legacies to modernize and uplift Nigeria. Daunting as the task may be, it is by no means insurmountable. There is now a national consensus that our chosen route to national development is democracy. To achieve our objectives, we must consciously work the democratic system. The federal executive under my watch will not seek to encroach on the duties and functions of the legislative and judicial arms of government. The law enforcing authorities will be charged to operate within the Constitution. We shall rebuild and reform the public service to become more effective and more serviceable. We shall charge them to apply themselves with integrity and stabilize the system. For their part, the legislative arm must keep to their brief of making laws, carrying out oversight functions, and doing so expeditiously. The judicial system needs reform to cleanse itself from its immediate past. The country now expects the judiciary to act with dispatch in all cases, especially on corruption, serious financial crimes, or abuse of office. It is only when the three arms act constitutionally that government will be enabled to serve the country optimally and avoid confusion all too often bedeviling governance today. Elsewhere, relations between Abuja and the states have to be clarified if we are to serve the country better. Constitutionally, there are limits to powers of each of the three tiers of government, but that should not mean the federal government should fold its arms and close its eyes to what is going on in the states and local governments. Not least, the operation of the local government joint account. While the federal government cannot interfere in the details of its operations, it will ensure that the gross corruption at the local level is checked. As far as the Constitution allows me, I will try to ensure that there is a responsible and accountable governance at all levels of government in the country. For I will not have kept my own trust with the Nigerian people if I allow others abuse theirs under my watch.